Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from May 12th to May 18th, and I'm using another printable kit by PinkPlannerShop, and this is called Working 9 to 5. And the reason I chose this kit this week was because there was a lot of crap that went on with, oh, there's one more page. There we go, with my job. So I thought that this kit made sense. I am going to try to do a voiceover. I think I mentioned in my last video that I have been really busy and there's just a lot I want to do, and planning has been taking a back seat, and I really don't want to fall too far behind, and so I think I will have to do a couple voiceovers in order to save myself some time. I don't have time to, film one day, then edit the footage, do the voiceover, and fill the spread before I have to fill the spread, then do the voiceover. I don't have time to do all that. Now, if I just manage to get through this talk through, I can edit the footage and just upload it tomorrow, which will be nice. So we'll see, fingers crossed. But I will say this was a month ago, so I'm a little fuzzy on the details, so I don't really know how a talk through is going to work, but it's going to work. The only thing I'm bummed about is I really like this box, but it says January, which really annoys me. Why does this kit say January? I like those boxes. God, that's annoying. Even if I changed this to May 17th, wouldn't that be cute? Okay, we're not doing it. I don't know. Maybe I'll use this one down here. But for now, I think, which one do I want to use at the top? This one? I think maybe this one's a good one to put up top. But anyway, like I said, I chose this kit for this week because a lot of stuff was going on with work. The first thing I can mention is, without going into too much detail, just something happened on Monday with, we have to fill out this dumb report at the end of the day. It drives me crazy, but whatever. And it's something that was like implemented after I started, and it's just a pain in the ass. And then it got more detailed, and that was a pain in the ass. Anyway, on Monday, I opened my computer, or I'm sorry, I was logging off. That's what I was doing. I was logging off Monday after work, and I see that the little end of day form that we have to fill out is really long, really detailed, basically wants to know every single thing you do. And I just got so annoyed because I'm so sick of the micromanaging. It's not my direct boss that's doing the micromanaging, just let me say, it is her boss. But it ended up being a false alarm because they got rid of it the next day. So I think they accidentally added it to the form that I fill out, and it was meant for like management. And I did double check that I was in the correct form, because at first I was like, oh, did I click my boss's form? No, it was mine, but it never came back. So fingers crossed it stays that way. And then another thing that was going on this week was this is another problem with a talk through. Was that our new hire was in the office this week. She is fully remote, so jealous. And she lives in Texas, so she was just here for the week to meet everybody, and we also had our biannual performance reviews and our biannual group meeting, team meeting, whatever. And then we also had a work happy hour that we could bring, your significant other to. So anyway, that it was just a lot of work stuff. And then also, the new girl and I were gossiping a little bit because we have had similar experiences with certain things. And my boss was not too happy about the fact that we were gossiping, but I wanted to make sure she knew that I didn't start it. I am not a shit stirrer. I love to partake in gossip. I gossip with my friends, but I have never once started gossiping at work, but I will listen. I will certainly listen. So anyway, it wasn't a big deal, but we're not allowed to gossip. And I wouldn't even call it gossiping because everything we said was true. But anyway, so yeah, it was just a very work heavy week. Also, I've mentioned this in a couple other videos, and it was very true this week. I'm still doing much better. I do want to say I'm doing much better. I went through two to three really bad weeks as far as my depression goes, and right now we're up a little bit. I know I'm going to go down again eventually. That's just the way it goes. But for now, I'm feeling good. But this week I was feeling awful, I will say. And I just had so much stuff going on. Luckily, so this is random, but my roommate got invited to this full moon soup party. And I was gonna go with her for moral support, and it was gonna be Monday. And then we had the happy hour Wednesday. And then I had to go to a birthday party on Friday, and I was feeling very depressed. So I was so excited when the full moon soup party got canceled because of the weather. It was such a relief because I don't know if I had that in me. So yeah, that ended up not happening, which was good, but the birthday party did happen, and I really didn't want to go. I really didn't want to go, and I'm not gonna lie. When we got there, I went with my boyfriend and my roommate. We all went, and at one point, I think I was only there for like 10 minutes, but I was like, I can't. So my roommate and I went out to the car and took a couple shots of vodka together and let me shit talk about some things, and that just made me feel so much better. Shit talking is the best, like, anti-anxiety medication, antidepressant, just, it is the best thing in the world for at least myself. It makes me feel so much better. So we did some shit talking, and that just, yeah, that helped. So I was able to go back into the party, and then I ended up having a really good time. So I'm glad I went, but there was this one thing that happened that, like, I think some of you will roll your eyes at and some of you will understand, but I have a really hard time being compared to people. I do not like being compared to people because I have such low self-esteem. I always, like, in my head, and I'm trying to work on this. Obviously, saying it to you guys isn't exactly me working on it, but whatever. I always assume that I am, like, the lesser version, you know, whatever we're comparing, whether it's personality, looks, abilities, whatever, pets. Well, no, my pet is the best, and I will always assume my pet's the best. But besides that, I always assume that I am the shittier version. So I hate being compared. And I wore this t-shirt. This is so stupid. But when you're already really low, stupid shit really makes a difference. But anyway, I was wearing this t-shirt. I really like this shirt. It's from Hollister. It's just a plain, like, cotton t-shirt, but it has navy and then, like, a dusky blue stripes. So it's blue on blue stripes, and I really like it. Well, we get to the party, and this other girl who I know is wearing a similar, different neckline. Like, mine was just a regular crew neck, and hers was like more of almost a mock neck, but still, it was like a tight striped t-shirt, different colors. Hers was like orange and brown, maybe, I don't know. And I think her shirt was from Amazon, I later found out. I didn't ask. I didn't give a shit where it was from, but someone told me, and I was like, oh, great. I don't care. But anyway, I get there, and immediately people are like, oh my God, you guys are wearing the same shirt. You guys look like twins. And then the birthday boy who was drunk was like, wait, are you guys wearing the same outfit? You guys look like twins. And then another time someone was like, yeah, everybody kept saying how you guys are twins. And I just wanted to punch somebody in the face because I hate nothing more than that. And then that's actually why I went to the car, because if one more person said that to me, I was probably going to have like a public breakdown. So I'm actually like getting upset right now just talking about it. So let's change the subject. Then on Sunday, I was feeling really, really down. Again, that's kind of like the other theme of this week. It's work and feeling like shit. And so I was like, okay, you have to go for a walk, right? That's what you do. When you're not feeling good, you go for a walk and you reset. And I decided to walk all the way to Center City from Joe's apartment, which is much farther than from my apartment. And I think I ended up walking like 13,000 steps that day. And it did help. I hate being around people, especially in Center City, but it's still just, I listened to my audiobook and it's just what I needed. I was listening to the audiobook called The One, and I know in a different Plan With Me I mentioned I wasn't enjoying it, and that was true at the time. Well, I think I might have even finished it this week, if not the week, like I almost finished it. I was really enjoying it. It got really good towards the end, so I would recommend. But yeah, I don't know. At first, it happens a lot with books, at least for me, with like 10 different characters and 10 different points of view. I kind of get bored, but they were all wrapped up pretty nicely, so I enjoyed that. I have been having trouble paying attention, so lately I started a new audiobook called, well, I finished The Neighbors. That was okay. And now I'm reading a book called, damn it, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm having a really hard time paying attention to it, so I've just been listening to a lot of Silverstein lately. Okay, let's see. But yeah, that's really all that happened this week. There's nothing else to say. So I don't know if I will like speed through this. I don't think I have anything else to really talk about. Let me think what's going on. I don't really want to talk about this week, obviously, because eventually I'll do a video about it. So what the hell can I talk about? I don't know. I guess I'm just excited that I'm not depressed. I'm definitely stressed, and I'm definitely overwhelmed, and I'm definitely spread very thin right now. And I know I need another weekend of like nothing. I just don't know when that's going to come. I guess I could tell you like what's going on. Basically, this week I have multiple things that I've been invited to or asked to do, and I'm gonna try to do as many as I can. I just don't know. I also have an orthodontist appointment on Saturday, which sucks. It's really screwing up my plans for the weekend, but it's the only time that they could see me, and I wanted to get my attachments off before I go on vacation. I should only, while I'm filming right now, I think I only have 2 more days, and then I'm done. Can't wait. So that's all happening this week. Also a lot of like driving, just a lot of driving is coming up for me, and I hate driving. It makes me really anxious. I also need to fit in seeing my grandmother. I haven't seen her in a little while, but I don't know when I can. I think I might need to go on like a weeknight, which sucks, but I don't think I have a weekend free for her. So we'll see. Then next week I have potentially plans on either Monday or Tuesday, and then I have I'm doing like a favor for somebody on Wednesday, which is going to take the entire evening. And then that weekend I have a barbecue to go to, which might be rescheduled, which I kind of hope it's not. because I don't want to miss it when I'm out of town. So I hope it is next weekend. Then on Tuesday, we leave, and I still have a lot to do. I will tell you that this is an international trip, so there's more to prepare. Like, we need to still get a rental car, and we are 2 weeks and 2 days out. We need to take care of that this week, actually. That needs to be taken care of. I need to get money from the bank. Like, I need to exchange money at the bank. I need to figure out, if you know the answer to any of this, please let me know, because the only international trip I've been on was for work. So I didn't have to worry about any of this except my phone and my credit card and making sure those worked in a different country. And like, that was it. So if you can answer any of these questions for me, that'd be great. But I need to figure out if our credit cards have rental car insurance so that we don't have to pay. So that's on my list. I need to borrow a suitcase from my friend's family. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going on. So long story short, I am going to do my best to keep up with planning, but will I? I have no idea. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done. What time is it? 6:31. If I can finish this by 7, I will be so happy. Can I? I don't know. Oh, and then, so sorry, I'm not done. So then I am away until the 10th of July. Then it is my grandmother's 91st birthday. Then after that, it's my boyfriend's 40th birthday. Ah, shit. I did this wrong. Whatever. And then the second or first week of August, I'm going on just a long weekend trip. And then I think as of right now, I have a couple weeks of nothing, which is nice. But then the 3rd or 4th week of August, I'm going to visit a friend in New York, and I'm really stressed out about it because I will have to drive myself, and it has been a really, really long time since I've driven myself in North Jersey or to New York. It's been a really long time, and if you guys are from around here or from around New York City, from around North Jersey, you know that if you're an anxious driver, that is the last trip you want to be taking. Not to mention, it's like $30 in tolls. It's like 2 hours with tolls with like $30 or $40. It might be $37 in tolls, or 3 hours with $6 in tolls. Like, you can't win. So I don't know. I definitely don't want a 3-hour road trip, but I also don't really want to spend like $60 in tolls round trip either. I don't fucking know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, let's move on to the day by day. Okay, so starting with Monday, I'm drinking this thing, by the way, called a bubbler. I don't know if you can see that. Antioxidant sparkling water that boosts, energizes, and restores balance. This is called Twisted Elixir Raspberry Lime and Citrus. It's okay. I don't really like raspberry flavored things except like pastries, but raspberry is usually not my first choice. It's okay. All right, so let me see my list. Okay, this is nothing new. The first thing I did on Monday was go home to work remote, and I'm going to use a Stick with the Plan Coat Lottie for this. Then I made my to-do list. Ooh, excuse me. Drinking a seltzer water while doing a talk through wasn't the smartest idea I've ever had, but here we are. Don't want to waste it. This is from Stella Bow Sticker Co., I believe. I don't even know if that's a shop anymore. Then I did a chest workout. Oh, that's another thing. My workout schedule is basically non-existent because of how busy I've been and how tired I've been and how hot it's been outside. Since I walk home Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, by the time I get home, I'm so exhausted and drenched in sweat that like the last thing I need to be doing is working out. So I'm not happy with that, but such is life. I will survive. But at least this day I did a workout. Oh, that looks stupid. But I definitely want to get back at it. It's good for my health. And I think it's good for, well, yeah, it's good for your health. I was gonna say it's good for like high blood pressure and all that shit. I don't really know. Then I got the mail. Then I vacuumed, and I loved these vacuums from the GP studio when I first bought them. They seemed like such a good idea, and in theory, they are, but Jesus, it's too big. You know what? We'll figure it out. You'll see what I mean. These vacuums are so cute, but this is just massive. You know what? I guess these stickers are good for people who are doing like planning out their week and not memory keeping, because with memory keeping I put so much shit down, but I'm sure if you're planning your week you would just use this as like cleaning, and that would be your whole afternoon or whatever. All right, I guess we're just gonna have to do little things for the rest of this day. I really want to get a new vacuum, like one of those smaller ones that are easy to, like, that are cordless. Then, oh, the party was canceled, and I was really excited. Then I read, and I was still reading The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo at this time, and this book is from the Prairie Planner. I love the Prairie Planner, like, functional deco. It's so good and so like cheap, not cheaply made, but cost efficient. I don't know. Okay, and then I finally finished my rewatch of Twin Peaks, and I took a break from it, but I'm currently watching this like YouTube like 3-hour explanation of every single episode of Twin Peaks. And it's really thorough. The guy who did it did a really good job. So yeah, I finally finished it, and it makes me sad because I want more Agent Cooper, but maybe I'll just rewatch the season 1 and then season 2 up to the big reveal, because that's when it starts going downhill. Okay, so that's Monday. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that I woke up at 6:30 in the morning. Do you hear that? Huh, that's actually far away. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's like 12 cars honking. Okay, so I had to wake up at 6:30 because I needed to ship out conference materials, and I needed to have everything ready by 9 a.m. So I just wanted to make sure I was at work by like 7:30 in the morning, because my boss had a meeting at 8 a.m. and I needed to get in her office. Turns out it was totally unnecessary, because she said she didn't mind if I just came in behind her in her Zoom meeting. It like wasn't a big deal to her. So I got there really early for no reason, but that's okay. So then I just marked that I got to work early to do the conference stuff. This is the Coffee Monsters Co., obviously. Then the new girl came, and I showed her around. Meeting, that's cute. Okay. This is for showing Katie around. Then, can I fit 2 little things in here? I feel like no. Maybe. And that sticker is from Papershire. Let's see, maybe I can, sort of. All right, then this is when I returned my defective purse. Still heartbroken about that. Still trying to figure out what I want to get instead, because I would still like to get a purse of that size. And then, that doesn't look amazing, but we're gonna keep it. Then I walked 13,000 steps. And this is also, no, this is not GP Studio, but GP Studio used this clip art as well. This is from some printable shop I can't remember the name of. Oh, then I just marked that I was exhausted. And this is, I think, the Coffee Monsters Co. And then I watched YouTube. Oh my God, this was so annoying. I'm such an asshole. I did this to myself knowing full well it was a bad idea, but I had like a full spindrift on my desk and I tried to reach for my planner and I dumped the entire spindrift on my floor. And I almost want to show you how my floor is set up, but I have one of those IKEA beds with the 4 drawers underneath, so there is no under my bed. Anyway, the drink fell and spilled all under my bed. And so I, little old me, all by myself, I had to clean my entire floor because I didn't want it to be sticky, because even though Spindrift only has like a tiny bit of fruit juice, it's still fruit juice and it's still summer and I don't want bugs. So I had to take one of my drawers out of my bed and I had to move the entire bed to the other side of the room so that I could wipe up the floor underneath the bed, because yeah, it spilled all underneath there. And yeah, it was awful and it ended up wasting so much of my night and I was already in such a bad mood. So that just, and you know, it's one of those things where I could see it happening. Like as I was reaching for my beverage, I knew it was a bad idea. I fucking knew it and I still did it and I'm so mad at myself. And then after that, the only thing I had time to do was read. So I read, this is Papershire, this is Prairie Planner at Papershire. Okay, moving on to Wednesday. The first thing I marked was that I woke up late. Let's use, no, let's use this. And then this sticker is from Rabbit Hole Handcraft. Then, oh, I just marked that I was in the worst mood and I hate my life. Dramatic, I know. Let's do blue. Blue, blue. And you know, I don't actually hate my life, but I do hate a lot about my life, I'm not gonna lie. And it's just so much effort to, like, I know what I have to do to better my life and it's just so much effort and I'm so tired. Okay, then I marked that the work meetings all went well. What do I want to mark that with? And then I wanted to mark our, is that too big? Yeah. Happy hour. We went to this really cool place. I don't remember the name of it. I apologize. I think it's on Sansom. In Center City, and it's cool, but you can't do reservations for happy hour. So at first we had nowhere to sit and there were a bunch of us. This is an old scribbler from SPC, by the way, and this is old Coffee Monsters Co. And this is Coffee Monsters Co. But like one of my coworkers was just staring down this group of like businessmen, and the second they left, because they were in this little like lounge section, the second they left, or like 2 of them left, one of my coworkers ran and asked the last of them if he would like let us sit there, and he did. So it ended up working out. Then I wanted to mark that Joe drove me home because he came to the happy hour. Is that straight? Then we watched an episode of Black Mirror. What do I want to use? And this is also the Prairie Planner, and this is Carly Plans. And then the final thing for Wednesday was that I had terrible insomnia. And that is Stick with the Plan Co. Okay, moving on to Thursday. The first thing I marked was that I was in office. And this is from the Coffee Monsters Co. Oops. Piece of Janet's hair. Then, oh, I went to Insomnia to get Joe a free cookie. I don't want to do that. There we go. Using another emoji. Then I marked gossiping with my new coworker, which was just what I needed. It was honestly like the highlight of my week. It put me in such a good mood. I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I think, you know, like, especially if any of you have worked in retail, there is nothing like shit talking about customers with your coworkers. It's just the best feeling. It's such a bonding experience. Okay. This is from Stick with the Plan Co. Then I walked 17,000 steps. Wait. Oh yeah, I was thinking of using this instead. I think I like that more. I'm gonna use this Olive Studio instead over here. Okay. Then, okay, back to Thursday. I walked 17,000 steps. Wow, that's fine. And I'm using this little squish from Fox and Cactus that my friend Alex gave to me. I love it. Then Brad, stop. Then I watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I loved that show. I definitely could see myself rewatching that in the future. I really enjoyed it. I like choked up at certain parts. Okay. And this is one of my new TVs from Paper Chart. There was one that was sold out and I was gutted, so I hope it comes back in stock because I want it so badly. There were 2 Paper Chart stickers I want so badly that I would just place an order just for them. I don't care about the shipping. Then I played Breath of the Wild. What do I want to use for that? This is just leftovers from a printable kit. And then the final thing for Thursday was that I read. So and this is from no. Where the hell is that from? Wrapped Whole Handcraft. All right, can I do 3 days and 8 minutes? I don't think so. Okay, moving on to Friday. So the first thing I marked was that I was in another awful mood. I really have to get back to posting on my planner Instagram. I mean, I don't post on Instagram at all anymore, but I need to get back to that. I want to catch up on that too. Okay, this is from Fox and Cactus. Then with this Paper Shire sticker, I marked that I did laundry. Then I marked that I had a bit of a meltdown. Too big. Using another Lottie for that. Then I marked going to a birthday party. I guess I'll use this. Kind of want to cut this. These are both from Paper Shire. Then I marked being pissed off. That was basically my whole day. Let's do blue. Another Rabbit Hole Handcraft sticker, and then the final thing I marked on Friday was having a couple drinks. Brad, stop. He has not stopped whining all fucking day. Okay, that's Friday. Okay, 5 minutes to do the last 2 days. Can I do it? Great. Oh my God. All right, first thing I marked was that I moved my car because there was a better parking spot. And oh, and I had to because I was parked in 2-hour parking. So I had to wake up early and move my car. Then I marked that I went with Joe to his work stops. Brad. Can you hear him whining through the door? This is from the Coffee Monsters Co. Olive Studio. Then we went to UPS to pick something up, maybe? I don't even remember. Sure. And this sticker is from the Coffee Monsters Co. yet again. This looks uneven as hell. Whatever. Then I marked that we went to Chili's. We hadn't gone to Chili's in so long, and we love Chili's. I love Chili's. It's like my favorite chain. That and Red Robin. I love Red Robin. This sticker is from Papershire. Then, oh, I had to get sunscreen at Target, and I had a gift card, so it had to be from there. This is from Piper Paper Company. Then we went for a walk. Can I just use this? And then the final thing was that we finally got to watch The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo because I finished the book. Oh wait, can I use... Could use that. Yeah. Yeah. And I realize that this is a Christmas sticker, but it does take place in winter, so I'm fine with that. Okay, I have 2 minutes left. Nope, 1 minute, it's not happening. Okay. Finally, Sunday. The first thing I marked, is anyone surprised? I marked that I was in a mood. Oh, let me do it this way. And I used this emo squish. I am using. Oh, I had bug bites on my foot, and I have no idea how because I've been wearing long socks and sneakers. So it must have happened indoors, which I don't love. Don't love thinking that. This is from Once More with Love. Then I walked over 11,000 steps. Do I want to put this first? Yeah, okay. So actually we're gonna switch this, and forgive me, I am going to switch it in my notes as well so I don't fuck up when I'm filling this out. Using this huge mall sticker from the Coffee Monsters Co. I still am desperate for like stickers like this, but that are more of a city vibe and less of like a little cute town vibe, but still that works. That works for me. Okay, now I will mark that I walked over 11,000 steps. And again, this is from Prairie Planner. So is this book that I used for my audiobook, and I just marked that the one started getting better. This was actually a freebie. It's a pretty good sticker for a freebie. Then I marked that Joe and I got and pizza. And I tried their new like elodie something salad and I loved it. The only thing is I wish I hadn't gotten the grilled onions. I was hoping they'd be more grilled, but they were a little too raw for me and I don't like onion that much. So like for me to eat onions, they have to be sauteed to near disintegration. So I had to like pick them all off, but besides that, it was delicious. I loved it. And it was on sale, which is why we went. You could like get a pizza and then get an elodie pizza free. So I ate the elodie pizza and Joe got pepperoni. Then we watched the Black Mirror season finale. I don't think so. And this is also from the Prairie Planner. And then the final thing for this plan with me, and it is 7:02, we almost made it, is that, of course, who is surprised? I had the Sunday Scaries. All right, so that's everything for this week. Here is the finished spread. Let me know what you think, and hopefully you enjoyed this talk through because I think there will be more in the near future. Unfortunately, I just don't have time for everything, but I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.